Hey, Stay Cats! So, you will probably be thinking to yourself, wait a minute, I already watched a reaction to Thunderous. Yes, you did. But, this is going to be an Afterthoughts reaction. So, I've watched the music video a million times, and I've watched other reactors watch the music video. So, there's a couple, Andy and Jazz. Totally go look up their YouTube page if you haven't already, called It's Andy and Jazz. Anyway, they're very knowledgeable about the culture and the language, and I learned some things watching their reaction to it. So I'm going to be filming this and giving you my actual theories and everything that I also learned when going back through. So I will see you afterwards.
Okay, so this is going to have a little bit more introduction and talking than it normally does in this part of it anyway. So there's a goblin creature in Korean folklore that is called a dokkaebi. Dokkaebi. So it's what in some other cultures might be considered an imp or a brownie or a sprite. They are summoned and they can ward off evil spirits. So if you treat them good, they'll be good to you. They can be a little bit of tricksters, though. They like to play tricks and everything, but they're extremely powerful. But if you're bad to them, they can make your life hell. So, from what I read, is that they're a nature deity, which explains the blue lightning. They possess extraordinary power, which they use to interact with humans. They're known to be fearsome and awe-inspiring. And I don't know about you, but Stray Kids inspires awe every time. Every time. Their power or their light or their fire can be glimmering light or blue flame. So, I mean, that's self-explanatory in itself as to how it translates into the video. Also, when they're dancing in the huge plaza with the dragons, and I'll point it out later in the video, the faces that are on the dragons are known as dokkaebi, like the faces of what the goblin creature would look like. And I'm sure not ironically that this was all part of it, is that they're usually broken up into 8 different categories. So, I mean, what more can be said about that? So, right before we start the video, I want to go with what happens first. So, you see the animation. They are writing something, and then you see people standing at like a town square with a bulletin board, right? Well, that's the same bulletin board that's later in the video that Shinjin walks up to. So how I'm taking that is that they put a call out to the dokkaebi to summon them to fight off the soldiers or the army or the underling of the noise monster. So they come with their wild power, and that's why the first transition is you see them cartoon, and then like a meteor, a blue flame meteor comes and hits, and then it changes into chunks, and then you see their flame. Okay, so let's go from there.
소리를 지르는 내가 창빈이란 더내 자리는 내가 처음더 태도는 소소하게 되기를 폭주하는 기관총 몰아친 허리케인이 뒤집어진 우산 잔소리꾼이 최후 우리 좋구나 나무꾼은 어서 돌아가시오 여긴 나무랄 데가 없네.
Also, they can come from any time period. So the fact that obviously Stray Kids is in this time period, they could be summoned to any time period and go there when they're needed. So that's why you see some traditional Korean culture, like old time, yet they have modern clothing with an oldie time twist, and certain aspects of their clothing is also a nod to the period that they went to. The shape of Felix's red hat and the pants and skirt-like thing that Hyunjin's outfit is in the red, and the chain on Changbin's hat. So let's go back just a little and start again.
나무꾼은 어서 돌아가시오 여긴 나무랄 데가 없네. 납작해질 리 없는 콧대와 핏대와 함께 세운 집들 훨씬 더 웅장하게 되는 경적 소리.
The guys in the black leather masks are obviously the soldiers that they're fighting against, which is why they summon lightning to attack them.
Dirty.
Now, a lot of people are thinking, oh, well, that's the comic book that they came from. I don't think so. I think that's just like something that Hyunjin carries with them to draw and to document their adventures.
이거 작업 귀찮아서 도리도리 말이 너무 많아 자꾸 나서지 좀 마라 Why you mad, why you sad, why you tick 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 I don't ban 중 얼레리 걸레리 멋있는 척들이 양증 발끝 조찬도 따라오지 못한 여기는 팬들 들어봐 질투가 정말 쪽으로 지워놓고 버려
And I can't even tell you what number I had seen, like how many times I had already watched the video when I noticed that Changbin is driving like an ATV. A different reactor said they think that he turns into like a zombie looking here. I don't see it. I think it's just the shadow. He's got those great cheekbones and he's got the black eye. I mean, they're obviously beat up from defending against the noise monsters. AKA haters. with anything kind of sounds demonic, they are goblins. At least that's what I think they're trying to translate here, or tell with the story that they're creating. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so that's kind of like a keep talking, you're just making noise.
군들이 왔어요. 군들이 왔어요. 날이면 날 왔어.
I'm gonna watch that again because it's my favorite part.
군들이 왔어요. 군들이 왔어요. 날이면 날마다 오는 날이 아닌 오늘 소리.
I think that was him pulling down the summoning, and the thing that is there, I think it says that they've come.
군들이 왔어요. 원래 삐딱해 소리는 일단 백 맘에 안 들면 들 때까지 말 대답.
And the graffiti, earlier on the front porch, Chance was actually spray painting while Changbin was going off on his rap. I think that's them leaving their mark on wherever they go. Symbolism. Except they're doing it literally. I still think the birds are part of the nature spirit thing. Obviously, they would have symbiotic relationships with spirits. But on another level, I do think that that represents stay. They don't necessarily have to come at you. They got people who will defend them as well. Not that they need it, but it's what we do. See, that was the lightning hitting the warriors that were trying to, take over the village or destroy them or, whatever. Here are the dragons, festival type style dragons with the token faces.
Man, I'm not sorry, I'm dead. Keep on talking, we don't play by the rules.
And there's the good thing. I hope you found this entertaining on an educational level. I just thought it was good information to share. Thank you again to Andy and Jazz. You guys are amazing. I will never get tired of watching your reaction.
Okay, so I hope you found that somewhat educational, and I'm dying to know what you see in the music video and any theories that you happen to have knowing the lore behind some of the things that are going on, or any research that you did on your own. Like, comment, and subscribe, and until next time, have a perfect day.